what's up guys? Welcome back to Take on Tottenham. My name is Ben and this is my take on Tottenham. And full-time result, Tottenham 4, Burnley 0. Spurs back to winning ways finally, about damn time. It was a really, really solid performance, solid result for Spurs. You know, it's a result that we've all been sort of craving for a long time. I was personally worried. If you go back and watch my previous video, you would have seen me say it's all great that we've won in the Europa League, we're in the last 16, but you know it's no good if we just go and lose again on Sunday to Burnley, because Spurs have a history this season in particular doing that, of maybe beating a lower league team in a cup of some sorts, and then sort of getting your spirits up, like, oh, we can take that performance into this match, and then just not showing up in the Premier League. But luckily we did, and I'm very happy. It was a really, really good performance. They sort of took their foot off the pedal in the second half, but they absolutely blew Burnley away in the first half. So let's get into it. So brilliant start. I think it was a minute on the clock, maybe it was like a minute 50 or a minute 30 or whatever it was, but it was a really good goal from Bale. Just in terms of the awareness, I mean, he completely beat the offside trap with it as well. I personally thought when the goal was scored, it was going to get ruled out for offside, but Bale timed his run to perfection, fully onside, and just left the Burnley defence really sort of looking around confused. A great assist from Son as well, who is a player that I really think hasn't been at, you know, from what we've seen from Sonny this season, I don't think it's too out of line to say that over the last 5-6 weeks he's just not been there, and luckily now, hopefully with people starting to pick up now, like Bale, like Dele, and we can start seeing the squad that we've seen this season, because it's not impossible. It's there, but we're just not seeing it in the last number of games. And luckily, even though Sonny didn't get any goals today, he looked threatening, and he got the assist for the first goal. The second goal from Kane, a great finish from Kane, typical Harry Kane goal. He's just absolutely belted at the keeper, no chance. And again, I have to say, the assist from Bale was amazing. Was like he picked, I think it was just inside of our half from the centre circle, and he just picked Kane out. Perfect pass, and Kane's always going to tuck them away. So really good from Bale again for that goal. Lucas, a player that I've really criticised this season for a number of reasons. I don't think he's been living up to what we brought him in for. He's, you know, causing mistakes, not looking confident on the ball. Last 3-4 weeks, completely different player. He's going at defences, you know, he's doing a lot of running, he's causing issues, and he's scoring goals as well. And it's really good. And today, I thought he was great today. You know, he put in a good shift. Wasn't the best player on the pitch, but, you know, his goal was really well tucked away, and he's doing what we need him to do, which is running at defences, because he can cause problems, but he just hasn't been doing that. But I'm really good to see, really great to see him doing that. And look what it did today. It caused Burnley loads of issues. Really key factor in the first half. We didn't concede before half time. I know, everyone, sit down. Basically, Burnley had a chance right before half time. I think it was a free kick. And I think me and probably a lot of Spurs fans have gone, oh God, here we go. Burnley going to get a goal about before half time. They're going to come out in the second half absolutely fired up, because it's only 2 goals they need to get. Luckily, Spurs dealt with it very well and just completely nullified any threat today that Burnley had. Spurs nullified. And that'll take me on to the back four. I thought absolutely solid today. Even Davinson Sanchez, yes, that's right. Even Davinson Sanchez was solid today. If anything, I thought Sanchez had a better game than Toby today, because not that they got tested much, but whenever Burnley ventured forward, we dealt with it, and that was really good to see. We had Aurier on the right side, and then Reguilon on the left, and another one, Reguilon, I thought was fantastic today. Guy wouldn't stop bursting forward, and again creating loads of threat going forward and causing Burnley a lot of problems. You know, not only did they have to deal with Bale, Kane, and Son, but Reguilon was going and making loads of runs as well, which was really good. And then obviously we come out and Bale gets the fourth goal, and it was a great goal. Sonny gets the assist again, and it was just brilliant. It was a really, really good goal from Bale. The curly got on it and everything. It was just fantastic, and it's what we want to see. It's finally what we're getting, what we wanted to see. We have to just hope it continues. He's in really good form at the minute, and for me, he starts the next game against Fulham. You know, he starts that game. I want him to start with Kane and Sonny. Will he? I don't know, because it's a fitness thing. I don't know if he'll start that game as well as this one. But I mean, we're nearly in March now. Come on, he's got to be at fitness now to start games. So that was really good. And just Bale in general looks brilliant today. I probably would stick him as man of the match. I thought he was a threat all day long, and obviously the assist was brilliant. The goals were brilliant, and it just looked like the Bale that we wanted to get when we brought him in. Granted, yeah, it hadn't worked this season. Is there a chance it still could? Yeah, there's still time in the season, but we've got to play him to see it, and luckily now he's hitting form. And I agree with Jose in that you can't just put him in because you know, just for the sake of it. He needs to earn it, and he's earning it now, and that's really good. It's like Ndombele. Speaking of which, Ndombele, Højbjerg, very solid in the midfield as well. Just, you know, doing their job. Nothing massive, but kept the team nice and solid. Anyone noticed that Lucas kept slipping over a lot? He might be running around like with no studs or anything, or molds or anything. Like he kept falling over loads today. Not saying he's diving, he just kept falling over. I don't know if the grass was like wet, but it seemed to just be him. And Dele, finally, Dele. I thought it was really good to see Dele, you know, get more than 15, 10-minute cameos. Yeah, it was 25. I personally would have liked to have seen him come on at half time. But again, Dele looked really, really good when he came on. We didn't score, we didn't create anything really from that point onwards. Felt the game was kind of done at that point, but Dele was like threading passes through, he was moving all about the pitch and stuff, and it's just good to see, and it'll do him wonders as well. So, and let's not forget the performance he did in the midweek game against Wolfsburger as well. So that was really good. I'd like to see Dele maybe get a start against Fulham. I don't know how that will work, but we'll see. And I think that's really it for this video, guys. I want to leave the video with a question for you guys in the comments. I want to see what you guys think about this. If Gareth Bale has a successful end to the season, i.e. if he keeps this form up now and he's scoring one goal every other game, or getting a couple of assists, and let's be honest, if he's up there in terms of form from now to the end of the season, would he be deserving to extend either his loan or move here eventually permanently? Like, does that make sense? If he carried on playing the way he is now, and you know, helps us get to a top 4 place, whatever happens, win a trophy, whatever. If he carries on, would you extend the loan? Or has all the stuff before this been too much? You go, right, no, just get the loan out of the way, let him do what he's done to the end of the season, then move him on, and then that's it. Or would you keep him and see what he can do next season? Or would you be afraid that next season could be a repeat of how he's been this season? I.e., earlier when we signed him, when he just wasn't starting matches and not really performing. I think that's very interesting. I did think about that when recently. I was like, I wonder what Jose and Daniel Levy would be doing in that instance. What's those conversations going to be? Would they keep him, or are they going to let him go back to Real? So don't know if there's an extension option in his contract for the loan. But as far as I'm aware, I think his contract is up after next season, so he would be a free agent after next season. So he could very well go back to Madrid, and then he could come back to Spurs. But I don't know if there's an extension option, but if there is, would you, based on this season and based on his current form, would you keep him or would you let him go? Let me know in the comments section. We will be back against Fulham on Thursday. It's going to be a very tough game. It's away. Fulham were very, very difficult test for Spurs. It was really up there with the start of the poor form for Spurs when we got the 1-1 draw at home, and Fulham played very well in that match. And you know, Scott Parker's got them very well organised. Obviously, Spurs, we like Scott Parker, so it'll be a very tough match. Hopefully, we'll go in like this. It was very nice to not just get one goal and sit back. We actually took the game more to Burnley, and that's what Spurs fans want to see: is attacking, beautiful football, and that's what we saw today. And yeah, not just sitting back on a lead, waiting to concede inevitably. You know, Spurs really pushed on, and that was really good to see. So I will see you guys on Thursday. I believe it's a 6 o'clock kickoff, so it'll be in the evening. And yeah, let me know what you think about that Bale question. I'm very interested to see what people think. So I will see you guys in the next video, and as always, go on you Spurs.